We are traveling the Mediterranean. We're on Tuesday, week 20. So we have Turkish pizza today. And for the Turkish pizza, we have dough that we have to make. So this is 7 ounces of flour mixed in with 1 teaspoon of salt. And in this bowl, we have bloomed some yeast in some warm water, and sugar. So what we are going to do is we're going to put this and the other ingredients we need are, actually I didn't put the salt in, so the salt is here, so I put in the salt. We have some olive oil, and this is warm water and the yeast. So we put the yeast in. The water in here and the olive oil. And then we let it go for 3 minutes without touching it. So we'll put 3 minutes on my clock. And then as it comes together, in 3 minutes this should come together. And as it comes together, we'll put it for another 7 minutes. Now if we need to add a little bit more flour or a little bit more water, we'll look at that in that 3-minute period. For the filling of the pizza, we have onions, olive oil, cayenne pepper, cumin, cinnamon, some tomato paste, nuts, garlic, and some diced tomatoes. And then we're going to make it chicken. So we have chicken. You can make it lamb. The recipe is the same. Just use lamb. And then we have some coriander leaves here. When we serve, we'll serve this with yogurt. It's about 10 minutes. You can see that the dough is coming together pretty well. The dough is ready. You can see it's a little sticky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of flour to form this. Not too much, just a little bit. Now, this needed to be a soft dough, and you can see that this is a really soft dough. So what we will do at this point is, I have a greased bowl here with olive oil, and then I'll put a little bit of oil on the dough itself, and then cover it with a towel and let it rest for about an hour. To make the filling, we have heated a pan, and we'll add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And this is about 7 to 8 ounces of onions, chopped, finely chopped. We'll add some salt and some pepper and cook this till soft under medium-high heat. Onions are soft, so we'll add the ground chicken. We'll brown the chicken. The chicken has browned, you can see. So we'll add the garlic and the spices and the tomato paste. Cook it for a minute. Make sure that all the spices and the tomato paste can coat the chicken. We'll add half the pine nuts and half of the coriander. Make sure your coriander is clean. And then we'll put the tomatoes in here. I just drain the tomatoes, but we'll add a little bit of that tomato juice. So you can see this is dry. I'm going to make it a little bit. I just want to add a little bit first, and then we'll add as needed, because the filling needs to be wet but not soggy, right? So we want to make sure that, you know, that it's dry. I've used diced tomatoes and I let it cook for a bit, so maybe I'll add a little bit more juice, maybe the whole thing, and then cover it and cook it for a little bit so that the tomatoes can cook a little bit more. Again, remember, this will also cook in the oven. Let's taste it. Taste a little bit of salt. We'll lower the heat and then we'll cover it. We'll cook it for like 2-3 minutes, just till the tomatoes are soft. Dough has been resting for an hour, so you can see, you know, this has doubled in size. So we're going to flatten this up. We're taking it out. We're going to flour the surface. This is a very soft dough, as you can see. Just knead it a little bit. And then I'd like to, you know, make it into 8 pieces or 8 portions. And then what we'll want to do is take a dough, and then You want to flatten this out into an oblong. And then you want to take, so I divided up the filling into 8 portions as well. So you want to put the filling in the middle. You want to keep a little bit of space on the sides. What we want to do is take a little bit of oil and just brush it on the sides. And then you want to fold it over like this, and then in the end you want to taper it. And to finish it, you want to put a little bit of nuts on the top, just a few. And a little bit of coriander. Pick this up carefully. And place it on a greased plate. And to finish this, we'll brush a little bit of oil on the sides. There you go. So we'll make the rest and then we'll bake it at 400 for about 15-20 minutes. Turkish pizzas are ready for the oven. I have an oven heating at 400 degrees preheated. We'll put this in for 15 minutes. Turkish pizza. So we're serving this with a little bit of yogurt, and then to finish it off we put a little bit of cilantro and just a little bit of olive oil. So as you can see, there's no cheese in this. That's the Turkish pizza. Thank you for watching. Bon appetit, and see you tomorrow. Have a great night.